Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Steel Donut, and welcome back to ChIIpmonkth.
ChIIpmonkth.
We
It's
got the
the
whole
chipmunk.
ChIIpmonkth too. We got Bob with us,
This is my final intro line.
Connor,
Hello there.
and Blake.
Hey, everybody.
And we are missing Yellow, so not the whole gang. Sad. And today we have an MTSU pack for the Chipmunks. Now, normally MTSU packs are 3 stories long, but there's just so much great content in the Chipmunk section. This one is 5 long, so we managed to scrape together 5 stories. And for anyone who doesn't know, an MTSU pack is a pack of stories that it's merely the setup, where they give us the setup for the story. And then they just immediately
Give
stop.
up. They just
they give
up on writing the story.
They say, we'll update next week, and they're never heard from again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're starting off with ISS, or IS, as I like to call it. Look at the, once again, the hive mind. These names are so similar. Theodore Seville 101.
Now, do you think
Chipmunks
he's a
for Life
Chipmunks fan?
101. Chipmunks fan 101. Chipmunks fan for life. Chipmunks forever.
Alvin
It's like, oh my
Seville
god.
101. Alvin Simon pairing 101. Like, all of them have the fucking same
Matt
name.
Rocks 101.
You know, is this
Oh
a test?
my god, no.
Is this a testing ground for like AI? Are they just dumping AI here to see what they create? And so that's why we have all these similar names and stories.
You just go to generatemyfanficchipmunkname.com, and it'll give you like something 101.
Yeah, they're
That's a
testing.
long ass URL, dude.
So the description to ISS by Theodore Seville 101 is, well, Theodor's in is, and you will never guess
I
why.
guess I wouldn't.
This story
Yes,
is
it
told based on a true story, except I tweaked it a bit, and it's more like science fiction, I guess.
What?
IDK, you read to find out. Not 1, not 3. Hope oo, love it, the.
Based on
remember?
a true story.
Yeah, remember in real
Except he tweaked it.
remember
Sci-fi.
in real life when Theodore went on the ISS?
Yeah, that really
That
happened.
But he
And
told
he just
us
twisted
it.
it.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be not the International Space Station. It's in-school suspension.
Yeah.
But it's also science fiction now?
We'll see. We'll see.
Just remember, outside of a few tweaks, this really happened.
This
Yeah.
really
Yes.
happened.
Yes.
Hey guys, I'm back with my next update. I kind of was wheezy. Anyways, with story is based on a true story. It happened back in February, so I hope you like it. Oh, and it's told by Theodore.
Oh, okay. I was wondering who it would be, but
First period. Sitting here in this stupid ISS room like super bored. This is really stupid because it's not even my fault. I acted under self-defense.
Oh, you might be wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
Self-defense. That's a
Yeah,
good
let
one.
me- You might be wondering how I got here. So I'm just going to write in this notebook about everything that I'm just going to start by telling you guys what happened for me to get stuck here.
He had 2 ways of writing that sentence, and he went with both.
Yeah.
he couldn't decide which one was better, so he just used both of them.
He looked between them and saw the third way. The middle path.
The path is less traveled.
Yeah.
If I combine these, I could double my word count.
The path less traveled with good reason.
It's like, like one of those, old sort of like Metal Gear sort of games. It's like you've got the front door, the back door, and then if you like crawl around through the bushes, there's a window that you need to go in, and that's where he went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm here because I got OSS, out of school suspension, and we didn't have school Monday because of all the snow we got, so we were out until Thursday, and I went to school.
OSS,
I had no
the
idea.
outer space station.
I had no clue that I wasn't supposed to go to school Thursday because I thought they would have count the snow days as a day out, but no, they didn't count it, so I was pretty mad.
I'm so mad, y'all.
So now I'm here, stuck in this stupid room with nothing to do. No talking, no phone to text, no iPod, and nothing to do. The reason I'm in here is because...
Hold on.
Not 1, not 3, not 2, but 4.
Hold on. So they got 3 snow days. He thought that was 3 days of his out-of-school suspension. So he shows up Thursday. They're like, no, you shouldn't be here, but I guess now that you're here, we'll just put you in this classroom all day.
And lock you in.
I love the science fiction at work here, don't you?
Guys,
Yeah.
this is based on a true story.
You know what? I think
Guys.
I'm actually gonna believe it. I think it is based on a true story. I think it is.
It's sad as shit, but I think he's... Yeah, I think they're
He's
telling
right.
the truth.
I think this is based on a true story.
I think you did go to school on a Thursday because you didn't understand that out-of-school suspension means you're supposed to be out of school when other people are in school.
Guys, wait a minute. Are you implying that this is a true story because it happened to the author, who is not Theodore Seville? It happened to Theodore Seville, who is real and is the author of the story.
And is the author of the story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm waiting for the science fiction. I'm excited. Hit me up with that science fiction, bro.
You said you want to know what the science fiction is. The
Yeah,
science
I'm
fiction
ready.
is that
Yeah.
someone in the year of our Lord, 2014, still uses an iPod.
Oh, shut up, man. I use an iPod.
I know, you're an old person.
So, well, I believe I quote the author when I say, just had to stop there. Sorry for the short chapter, but it's more like a prologue, and you would never expect what happened.
You know what?
And we never will
know
find
either.
out. Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah.
I didn't expect what happened.
Because the end.
Yeah.
That's why they call it an MTSU.
You know, it's just astounding thing about this shitty story. How does it have 12 reviews?
Oh my god, wow.
Matt
Jesus,
is just really
Jesus.
bad. It's not me. This is not me, but
oh
someone's
my God.
really fucking mad.
And these reviews are more than just like one sentence. They're more than just like, where's the story? No, this is like people typing
even-
paragraphs.
I
Even
love
And
it.
a bunch of these are
wait.
really, really mean.
Even,
No, I just wanna
even
say-
Chipmunks for Life 101 himself reviewed it.
Wait, really? Where?
What? Oh my
Zootopia
god, he did!
Wolf.
Our boys, Zootopia
Cliffhanger's
Wolf.
got my attention. Good start. What?
God damn it, Chipmunks for Life!
Hold on.
It's
let
not.
me read something. Eleanor Miller 101.
Oh my
says,
god!
So,
Like they're
there
a
was
fucking
time
AI
when
generated.
there were 3 101 people in the same fucking area.
I'm
no,
sure there's
no,
a
no, there's
bunch.
4 because Matt's posted here too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not me.
Well, Eleanor
was-
Miller 101 says, this has potential but needs a lot of work. But then look at guys, look at how fucking mean these other stories are.
This Matt guy is so
Matt,
fucking mad.
read your review.
Seriously, man? Ya are seriously going to post something that was only a few words long? I'm laughing my ass off saying how short this is. That Al you fucking wrote? That's awful. I'm not trying to sound rude.
Yes, you are.
I'm not trying to sound rude, but fuck you.
But you must have been busy. I wrote something awful like that. What's next? Theodore get ran over by a fucking bike? You
What?
serious? No one gives a fuck about this story. This story is a fucking spam, and I will fucking report it.
Why do you type like Scottish Twitter?
So you better fucking delete this shit.
This review is a fucking spam.
Is it
Yes, learn your fucking abacuses.
yeah.
You
ABCs.
piece of shit.
Can we get
Your grammar was so much worse than the stories.
Can we
Yeah,
get
you know what?
D-Mac Double to voice that? We need a new ...
That was a bet hash sorry, but Tisha terrible. It's a fucking Scottish Twitter. A bet hash.
I like the guest that wrote "fuck this" backwards.
Yeah.
Look at hate it. Look at him. Your story sucks and it's just a waste of time. I'm surprised you took the time to write this crap. No one wants to read a stupid story about your dumb life using a character. This story isn't even right. Everything is wrong here. I came on this site to read good stories about the Chipmunks, not something that happened to you. Badly written with air mistucks, making Theodore totally out of whack and make
Fedor.
complete bullshit. Please delete this story. It's just another stupid story.
Look, this guy is accurate, but also a complete asshole.
What happened to the days where the Chipmunk people would always like circle jerk each other? This is
Yeah,
so
what
mean.
the fuck? Fuck you
They,
guys.
they used to have each other's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wait, they do.
Actually, they do actually.
Those guys
Wait,
are
I
just
just wanna
the
say-
fucking assholes.
Before we say anything else, I like how he comes on this site to read good stories about the Chipmunks.
Yeah, like,
Well, hey buddy, if you ever find one, why don't you let me know?
Yeah, if you find one, please reach out to us. I want to see one, please. We can put it in a fucking. We can put it in the Smithsonian or some
God,
shit.
I gotta
The
say, my
only-
favorite part about Matt's review there is what's next? Theodore gets ran over by a fucking bike. Like, maybe that could be a story. That is not inherently a bad premise for a story.
Yeah.
We will never know what's next because nothing ever came of this.
Yeah, like what?
We'll never know what's next.
And sort of skimming the other ones. Simon X Jeanette is just saying, y'all don't need to be rude. Diamond 1456767 is like, don't flame. Bet his writing is way better than what you can ever dream to try and write. And so he claps back and he's like, into Matt, P.S. Learn how to fucking spell. Boom.
Thank you.
Oh,
Brofist.
shit.
And then Sting for the moment is like, as for the reviewer, Matt, gosh, learn how to spell. What really bothers me about your review is you don't even spell the F word right. Gosh.
That's the one part I take issue with.
Gosh.
Just
fucking, and well, Napoleon
Fucking
Dynamite was
gosh!
so popular in 2014, right? If you can't even write a proper review, I would love to see you write a story, so don't say he has bad spelling when you have awful spelling, sweetie.
It's almost
Oh,
like
man.
he was trolling.
You can almost see the clap emojis in between those words. Well, yeah, and everyone's just, disses Matt, and then of course, Zootopian Fulv is a voice of positivity.
Yeah, cliffhangers. Like,
Cliffies.
you mean
MTSU got
MTSU?
my attention.
Yeah.
Speaking of MTSUs,
Holy
Yeah.
I
shit.
believe we have 4 more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Next up is meeting the fiance. What the F is her name? I'm sorry, I made that sound like a question. What the F is her name? Kui Slave 18, yeah, I guess.
A slave to the kui.
I hate when that happens.
All right, the description reads, the Chipmunks and Chipettes are about to head off on their cross-country tour.
Okay.
Counter-key tour. When they
Yeah.
get a surprise, Dave's engagement, will they remember what her name is? CG Film Universe during road trip. Based on IMDb's... God, I can't speak, but they
International
can't.
movie Beta Days.
Yeah, Beta Days.
International movie Beta Days.
Yeah. Based
Beta
on
Days.
IMDb's confusion over the fiance's name until 2 months before release. Rated T for the inevitable mating references and possible implications of sex. Wait. Possible animal abuse.
Humor/family.
I'm nervous about the animal abuse. Like, I'm real worried that in this story, Theodore might get ran over by a fucking bike.
Fucking bike.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
All right.
Hey, good job,
What-
Shrek.
What the F is her name?
Yeah.
Weird. At a press conference in Los Angeles, the reporters could not believe their eyes. After nearly 3 years out of the public eye, the members of Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Chipettes were finally at a press conference.
Yeah.
We just assumed they died.
I love it when
Yeah.
the members of Alvin, the Chipmunks, and the Chipmunks, I mean, it's just who they are. It would be like, we caught up with the members of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Right. Well, I mean, this is the CG film universe, so they are chipmunks. So after taking a 3-year break, you'd think they died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The bands of Taking Chipmunks, male and female respectively, were going on a tour around America. The schedule of locations was unknown.
A great fucking tour going to Ticketmaster. It's like, buy a ticket for ?
Yes. They will be in your area between these months.
January to December.
Right. You'll get like a notice like 10 minutes in advance that they stop the bus and are setting up outside it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they use word of mouth to try and sell tickets the day of.
Yeah. They have to scalp their own shows because there's no other way to get tickets.
Yeah. I got tickets for my own concert. Anyone want them?
Please.
I think you mean.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
guys
be
hear something? What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, Theo, look out. And a bike just zooms by. It's like,
Bike,
Jesus.
a fucking bike just
A
takes him out.
bike. However, wearing semi-formal attire, the two
Oh.
bands fascinated them. Oh, the reporters.
They're wearing a suit and no pants.
Yes.
Semi-formal attire.
It was hard to call the Chipettes a band since they did not usually play their own instruments.
Yeah,
Wow.
fuck you.
Do the
Calling them out. Calling them out.
God damn!
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
fragged
Wow.
on.
Hey, One
Weird
Direction.
slam.
Hey, remember that band One Direction? Oh, never mind. They weren't a band because all they did was fucking sing.
Yeah.
In the immortal
That is-
words of, I think, Proof, we ain't a band, bitch. We ain't playing instruments.
Yeah.
That is not to say that they could not play any instruments.
Oh my
Jeanette and Eleanor often helped out on basic instruments if the boys
Basic
needed it during a
instruments?
live
Yeah.
performance or
What are
recording.
basic instruments?
Eleanor rips a sick recorder
Just the
solo. Jeanette's going
tambourine.
ham on the triangle. Just.
Yeah, just hit it, and that's it, you know?
A kazoo.
You don't need to, like, be in key or anything.
Like, imagine the Monkees, but if every member was Davy Jones. Just play the tambourine.
Yeah.
Or imagine Slipknot if every member was that clown guy who just hits a trash can on stage and jumps around.
Yeah.
If every member was that guy that just jumps around.
Yeah.
It's total silence and then
Yeah. Imagine a DJ
just
Khaled.
like, and all you're
Slipknot
hearing is the
just
sound
fucking
of jumping around.
There's a fucking
Yeah.
guy who just jumps around on stage. I don't even think he plays
And then,
the
like
instruments.
after a few jumps around, you know, the lead singer pulls out the mic and he goes, "Put your fucking hands up!" And then everybody just jumps around some more.
Even better.
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Even better. Just imagine a DJ Khaled song featuring no one.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled. Silence.
Silence.
Stop! I'm gonna die! Stop it!
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
This is the most long-term assassination mission.
Yeah.
In the world.
We've been working on this for
Why are
5
you
years
trying
now.
to kill me?
right.
It's just a job, Matt. Nothing personnel.
Yeah.
Oh.
The boys, known as Alvin and the Chipmunks, almost always played their own instruments.
By contrast.
They did basic rock and roll instruments for the most part,
Oh.
but were not afraid to get creative by adding classical ones.
That's not creative.
You
Fuck,
should.
is this a primer?
Yeah.
Is this a story or a
Is this
primer?
the Wikipedia page for Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Wait,
we're
what's
getting-
that? Oh, I see a reference. It's right there. I'm trying to click on it.
All right, guys. I think we got to do it. I think we got to just let Connor read, or we'll be stuck on this stupid fucking story forever.
Okay. Each of them could play at least 2 instruments. The only reason that both Alvin and Simon are both guitarists is because tiny loopers do not exist and would be very hard to make.
What is a loop?
Therefore, they had to do rhythm and solo parts the old-fashioned way. They're talking about loop pedals. Like,
Oh.
fuck off. I don't give a shit.
That wouldn't be hard to make.
Yeah, making an
They
itty
make
bitty
tiny
guitar.
guitars.
They make, they make tiny guitars, but also
a
like
fucking loop pedal. That's impossible.
they're world famous musicians. They can definitely pay to have tiny loopers.
They
made.
make
Yeah.
tiny guitars.
If you can, they make
You're drawing the line
nanotechnology
out of
that can
fucking
inject.
loop pedal.
They can inject chemicals directly into individual cells. I guarantee you can make a fucking pedal for a chipmunk.
Jesus.
Why are we actually debating
Instead of a
this?
pedal, all you need
It's
is
not
a fucking
debate. I
button.
just think it's insane that they're drawing the
I-
line in a loop pedal. Like,
Oh, no,
they can't
loop
make
pedal.
that. They
Yeah.
can make tiny fucking
guys,
guitars for the chipmunks to use, but a fucking loop pedal is impossible.
Yeah, but you don't understand how insane this next line is.
Oh, yeah. Simon even complained why he couldn't just use a bass or something because it is the 21st century.
What's the connection? Was the bass invented in the 21st century?
Well,
No,
dude.
the bass was invented in the 21st century in order to
Yeah, to
Yeah,
get around
yeah.
loop pedals.
get around the loop pedal thing.
Yeah.
I believe Simon is the first guitarist to actually wish he were a bassist
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Theodore was offered to do guitar instead of Simon at first, but the straps, aka straps of cloth,
Fuck
we know
you,
would not quite
straps
fit
are-
comfortably
Fuck
around
you.
his wider
Why do
figure.
you think we need an explanation of straps, but you think we don't need an explanation of tiny loopers?
Fuck you!
This guy
One
is
of these is a term you made up, and the other one is straps.
this author is lied awake at night way too often thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but the logistics.
The logistics of tiny instruments and effects pedals.
Yeah.
No. But how will they collaborate with other artists?
Yeah, like whoever ever at this he, she, whatever, they like showed it to their mom, and the mom was like, "What do you mean straps?" And it's like, "Oh, like the strap of cloth that holds the guitar." I'll add a fucking note, mom.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you fucking swear in front of me.
Yeah. Whoa, like, what guitar does Alvin play? Does he play like a Les Paul or maybe an Ibanez? Or like, I don't know, like a... Okay. The two groups went to the podium. Alvin near the microphone and Jeanette ready to leave already.
Later?
Yeah. She went to the side of the podium.
Fuckers.
This was the girls' first press conference.
How is it their first?
Ever?
How is the story so baffling?
Yeah.
I don't know. David Seville, their human caretaker, was standing near the podium.
Who the fuck calls him David? Was this story written by David's mom? Who the fuck calls him David? He's Dave.
You think this author has gotten in endless debates on the Chipmunks forum about whether Dave goes by David or Dave?
I think this author's gotten fucking in endless debates about the tiniest fucking details that no one else gives a shit about. This is written like a sterile Wikipedia article.
This is written by a madman.
This is written by an AI madman.
Straps and like loopless shit. Like what?
Oh my god.
I thought this was just gonna be a dumb MTSU, but this is fucking.
I thought it was just a game. No, it's more than just a game.
It's instead of merely the setup, it's merely the expanded lore.
Yeah, like what? How did this happen?
The universe you see is smaller than the universe that is.
Yeah, the universe just got a whole lot bigger.
Fellas.
He said, trying to get their attention.
Is it gay? No, I'm just kidding. I need to go get paperwork. Can you behave yourselves while I'm gone?
Yes, Dave.
Jeanette replied softly.
Permitted that trouble goes into the eternal pit of fire, yes.
Simon relied incredibly sarcastically.
I don't know what
it's
that's
been a little
supposed
bit
to
since I
mean.
pulled this out, but I need to throw a JonTron in. Pardon me, you think maybe you could repeat that?
What?
What? What? I think he's talking about Alvin?
I think he's saying, permitted that trouble goes into
He's talking about Alvin.
hell, right? But like,
Yeah.
what the fuck does that mean?
He's saying like if Alvin dies and goes to hell, they won't have to worry about it because he's the one who causes trouble.
okay.
We can only behave ourselves if Alvin
is
dies
fucking
here
Goes
now.
to hell.
Yeah, he couldn't
dead.
even just say dies. He had to say he goes to hell.
Yeah.
He couldn't even just say that. He had to say the eternal pit of fire.
It's like, yeah, like Dave is like, hey, can you guys behave yourselves? And Simon turns to Alvin and says, I hope you die.
yeah.
I hope you burn in hell, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like you see like CGI.
Whoa,
It's
hey!
like you like see CGI Simon, and it's just like we won't get in trouble if Alvin's dead. Then you see like cartoon Simon, and it's just like permitted he goes into the eternal pit of fire. And then you see a DeviantArt picture of Simon, and it's like permitted that he goes past the gates of hell and burns forever in the fires of Satan.
No.
I see that
The
you have
DeviantArt
taken up my
Simon would have
memes
just
for
been
the
like,
blind
suck my
series.
dick, Alvin.
Yeah.
Suck my
Yeah.
dick, Alvin.
Dave left, leaving the two groups at the podium alone. The boys were wearing grayscale long jackets with their signature colored tee underneath.
Uh-huh.
The girls wore similar but shorter jackets with a matching knee-length skirts and tees in their signature colors.
Nice.
Okay.
The grayscale outfits complemented each chipmunk's fur color, their grayscale, and the style was a nod to pre-1900 military uniforms.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Hold on. Who in the United States? These are American characters, right?
American
Well,
monks, yeah.
It's right. Who wore gray military uniforms before 1900? The Confederacy. The Confederacy wore.
Yeah. Well, this is like when you
What?
no, Bob. It's just a misunderstanding. They're just chipmunks. They don't know. It's like when
I should hope they don't know.
It's like when K-pop stars. You know, there's like pictures of them in Nazi uniforms because they just didn't realize.
I'm pretty sure the author didn't intend for the chipmunks to be wearing like stuff that are akin to the.
You know what they're
Confederacy.
doing. The author just watched the My Chemical Romance "Welcome to the Black Parade" music video,
Oh.
No. Besides,
and it's just doing that.
Well, that's a real bad explanation of that.
well, you're also assuming that it has to be the war between the states.
I'm not suggesting that the author intended this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
It's
saying
just
that
really funny.
they gave enough details that is the only thing it could be.
No, I don't know if it's the only thing, but
Okay.
what I do know is that we need to keep going.
Yeah. Alvin put his face to the microphone as his older brother slapped the former's face.
Yeah.
Weird.
The reporters just write down Simon slaps Alvin. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
We're back.
Alvin yelled out. The crowd giggled in admiration as he started to sing while playing with the nearby switchboard.
So they have a switchboard, but not looping pedals.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna get over this.
Fuck you.
So
Fuck you!
off script, he jumps off the podium, runs over, and starts fucking with the soundboard.
No, I think he's
No,
still
not
on
a
the
soundboard.
podium.
It's a switchboard. It's the electrical switches.
Oh.
Also, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
the switchboard is still on the podium.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
not
of
a
the-
good place to put a
I agree,
switchboard.
but that's what it says in the story.
Yeah.
Read on.
Okay. Sparks could be smelled from the podium.
Sparks
See?
could be smelled.
That's not how sparks
That's not
work.
a fuck you. What?
Yeah.
Don't
This
do
guy
this
doesn't
to
get
me.
electricity, and that makes me sad.
Well, no, I mean it's pretty simple. So when you're
There's
designing,
a lot of things he doesn't understand.
when you're designing an electrical system for like an auditorium or something, you want to put a big switchboard right in the middle of the stage.
Yeah, you want to put your main gear right in the middle of the stage.
where anyone can reach it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now I'm a little off kilter. You guys usually put in the middle of the stage. I put mine in the middle of the crowd usually.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
That's what I do,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So if the band sucks, someone can pull the master switch and shut the whole building down.
Fucking shut it
Get
off.
these fucking chipmunks out of here.
It's like the Gong Show, but again, the whole building gets powered down. Like, yeah, I mean, imagine if the Gong Show was like that. Like, an act is so
Man.
bad, they flip the switch and the broadcast ends.
When they rip that switchboard out and start crowd surfing it, that's when shit gets real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess this is also Alvin again. Oh, I'll tell you something. I think you'll understand.
He was shortly interrupted by none other than Simon as he sang. Alvin, stop this!
Yeah, seriously, stop this. Why are you fucking around with the switchboard?
The
Why?
latter whispered so the reporters would not hear. Electricity malfunctions are one of the largest causes of fires.
Shut
If
the
it did
fuck
not
up.
cause one, it would take me days to fix it. Alvin!
Silly.
Shut the
I
fuck
mean,
up, Simon. Shut the
He's
fuck up.
right. Like, maybe don't just futz around with these with the electrical switchboard for no reason
For
and
no
to
reason,
no
no
end.
end. And why would Simon be the one to fix it?
Why
He's
are
got
you
break
like
it,
your
you
shit in
fix
his
it.
spare time.
You break it, you fix it. That's why all those rock stars have to work at the hotels afterwards
Yeah.
and repair the rooms that they
Smash up
trash.
the shit, and then it's like, all right, everybody, start
All right,
cleaning it up.
You gotta. You know,
Back in the 80s, Ozzy Osbourne actually had to cancel a whole leg of his tour because he had to work at a hotel for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Well,
repair it.
I will say though, it does mean if you're a rock star, you become very multi-talented. You throw that TV out of the window, you gotta learn how to repair TVs now.
yeah.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Well, I was one of the few people.
And Windows.
Yeah, and Windows, you
exactly.
chainsaw up the wall, you gotta learn how to plaster walls again.
You see, I'm one of the few people to have seen the Rolling Stones documentary "Cocksucker Blues," because it can only be showed to a few people a year with the director present. But I was there for it, and I can tell you the reason why they never released it isn't because it's shocking; it's because it's boring. It's mostly just the Rolling Stones, like as like busboys and stuff. They're like waiting tables at the dining hall at the hotel and picking people's bags up and taking them up the stairs and manning the front desk, and it's boring.
Yeah.
At one point, one of them gets called a cocksucker, and so that's what they named the movie. And it's like, yeah, I can see why. I guess I should feel privileged I get to see this movie, but like, geez, it's not something I'd pay money for.
Yeah.
I can see why Sundance Film Festival rejected it now.
Alvin ignored and continued to sing.
Alvin!
Oh, I say that something. I want to hold your hand. I want to hold your hand. Oh, please say to me,
Yeah.
let me be your man, and please say to me, I want to hold you hand. Now, let me hold your hand. I want to hold
Let
your
me
hand.
hold you hand.
Yeah, I mean the Beatles, were not known for their diction. It's very
They're
easy
English,
to mishear
yeah.
them. Yeah,
They were not known for
Right.
They were known for their twee guitars.
yeah. They were
And
known
every
for,
song sounded the same.
They were known for being English, not speaking
Yeah,
English.
the Beatles pioneered lo-fi actually, because it was like recorded in real low fidelity back then. I mean, they just didn't have very high quality recording.
Yeah.
This was interrupted by most of the other chipmunks yelling,
Stop it! We will all get hurt!
In desperation. It was hard to tell who in all of the chaos.
All of them yelled it. That's who.
Or most of them.
Oh,
I'm
so
sorry,
some of
okay.
them were like,
Someone sat out. Like Brittany
Yeah.
sat out
Well,
or something.
I
Brittany
imagine
was just like,
Alvin set out. He was the one singing.
Yeah.
That's
And playing with the switchboard. Why? Why is he doing this?
Alvin nonetheless continued to sing and play with the switchboard.
And when I touch you, I...
Again interrupted, this time by the sound of electrical short-circuiting.
Chipmunk interrupted.
Yeah.
It's such a feeling.
Short-circuiting continued to interrupt him,
God
and an
damn it,
arc flash probably, literally fucking vaporized him.
fingers crossed.
He's probably fucking dead now.
And that's when Alvin found out he could wade through electricity.
Oh my god.
Go to the corner.
Yeah,
Alvin was nearly drowned out by the short-circuiting and clanking metal.
Clanking
Clanking
metal.
metal.
the whole building is coming down.
What is happening?
Can't hide.
Is there a fucking robot
If you're
there
clanking
too?
metal, you're creating such high energy that the switchboard is literally tearing itself apart.
What the fuck is going
It is
on?
launching
It's launching
fucking parts
shit.
of it
Wait,
out away from it.
dude,
At
we
you.
sort of like laughed really hard and then we like mellowed out for a little bit. But now I'm starting to ramp back up again. Because what the fuck? Why is this happening?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Can't hide.
Why are you still singing?
How? How
Shut
can anyone hear you? You float up like the fucking switchboard. So bravo.
Brittany said sarcastically.
Put on a show and ruin the venue.
She clapped her front paws mockingly.
I'd be weirded out if she clapped her rear paws. Her hind paws.
She got down on all fours and started clapping with her
Yeah.
feet.
Clapping her ass cheeks.
Oh my god. You know, if Simon truly can fix this in a couple of days, he's a fucking miracle worker. Because it sounds like they just need to order a new one, and the lead time on that is like 6 months.
It sounds like the fucking fire marshal needs to be here.
Sounds like the fucking fire department needs
Yeah.
to be here and like put it out.
I feel like
Put
just
Alvin
animal
out.
control needs to be here.
Yeah.
Where's the
Get
animal abuse? Is that here yet?
They need to bag up the chipmunks.
Yeah.
Fingers
Is that what the
crossed.
animal abuse? Where's the possible sex at? I haven't seen that either.
Oh, don't worry. This is an MTSU, so
Right. Right.
we'll
So
never
that's
see it.
not
Remember when this was supposed to be about, like, the fiance and what the fuck is her name?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it just turned into Alvin fucking blows up a building
Yeah.
For no reason at all.
for no reason.
Well, let's
God.
see what happens
Guys,
due to all of that.
I love this job.
The crowd turned to leave. The chipmunks and chipettes prepared to leave.
Oh my god, so he's like blowing up this place and everybody goes, alright.
Just
We all go,
Oh man, I got places to be. So look at my wrist. I gotta get out of here.
I'm about to head out.
I mean, they all probably stood there watching it going, is this part of the show?
Yeah, like the people in the nosebleeds are like, I can't really tell what's going on, and then this arc flash vaporizes everyone in the mosh pit, and they're like,
Normally,
"Fuck!"
if you're a cool rock band, you destroy your equipment at the end of the set, not at the start of it.
Yeah, normally you blow up the building after the set's over.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
that's something like Andy Kaufman would do. He would come out with a guitar and immediately smash it
Yeah.
and then just leave.
Green Day comes out, Billy Joe Armstrong plays one chord and then smashes his guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alvin bowed his head subtly in shame while he was ridiculed by his older brother and counterpart. The other chipmunks looked terrified of what happened. As the last reporter left, Simon jeered, "And this is why this is our third press conference in nearly 8 years."
You know, I gotta say,
Is
I don't
that
know
a
what
bad
annoys
thing or a
me.
good thing.
I don't know what annoys me more, when they're called the Ets or when they're called the fucking counterparts. I guess I answered my
Yeah.
question. But
Yeah.
like, come on, you're kind of like pulling aside
Press-
the curtain when you call them the counterparts.
Yeah, couldn't you just call them the girls?
Yeah. And then, you know what? It's like, obviously the chipmunks themselves came first, so
Press
it's like...
conferences aren't only bad things. This would have been a good press conference.
Well, that's
if
what he's
Alvin
saying.
didn't do
He's saying they would have...
that.
He's saying that they would have more of them. They've only had 3 over the course of 8 years, which is barely any for celebrities, because every time they do, Alvin blows it up.
Yeah, every time last
jeez.
time, it was really awkward. Alvin just straight up planted a bomb in that last one.
Yeah, Alvin called in a bomb threat and then actually detonated it.
Alvin called in the bomb squad and detonated it anyway.
Yeah.
The events occurred in only 15 minutes. Finally, the Chipmunks and Chipmunks left the building.
Wow!
We're the Chipmunks.
They're gonna get turned into. They're gonna get turned into a fur collar.
Oh no!
You know, fur coat.
Right. Oh man. These reviews are really good though. They are very good. So the narrator.
God.
So this will be a play in 2 parts. The narrator and then Kui Slave 18. So the narrator says, "Hi. I enjoyed the detail you were able to incorporate on the subject of instruments. Your writing displays a clear understanding of the subject." Bullshit.
Does it?
While the instrument details were interesting, they really had
No.
little impact on the actual events of the story.
Yes.
True.
The press conference, including description in a story, is incredibly important, as your words are the only way a reader will have any reference point to the way the characters and other details.
Whoa.
I would suggest...
Wow. Yeah,
So
no way,
deep.
really. Words are the only way I'll know about something happening in a written work.
That was a really long journey to go nowhere.
Well, the narrator just moved on from picture books, so, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I see. He just
Yeah. So I would suggest you try and use other senses as well. Yeah, write a smellofic. Describe the scent of the burning cables, that sort of thing.
Right.
Your diction was good in most cases, having a varied vocabulary. I would suggest you sit with a thesaurus next to you. Please, God, no. And if you use
You
the
need to
same...
be more varied.
If you use the same large word, not things like "and," thanks, that's almost as helpful as straps of cloth.
Oh.
A couple of times in the same sentence, find a synonym and use that instead.
Real quick, somebody name a synonym for "and."
And
Thanks for
and
sharing
but
your
I
work,
spell it with like 2 N's.
Also,
and never stop writing. Sounds like a curse.
what the hell?
I
Your
miss a
diction
gypsy
is
cat.
good, so to make it better, you should sit with a thesaurus and
Yeah.
like, come on, that's the one you said they got it right. Don't tell them you got it right. However, you should have done this instead.
Yeah.
All right, so Kui Slave, I guess, is the second part of this 2-act play, or what Blake said. Thank you to the first reviewer for giving me helpful feedback. I'm sorry that I could not edit this chapter due to integrity.
What?
And it being nearly 4 years. I will try to edit the next one despite being written around the same time. I originally included more details about instruments until I realized that I was copying the Beatles lineup.
That's a pretty common lineup for a fucking rock band. That's just like the standard 4-piece rock band is 2 guitars, bass, and drums.
Yeah.
You fucking yeah. You know, I didn't want to copy them, so I have a band where they all play stand-up bass.
They all play tambourine.
Yeah, exactly. Again, all Davy Jones.
The one about the looper is new, as I am an amateur on the guitar and have seen what buttons can be added to the electric.
You're an amateur to fucking life, bud.
What the fuck? Do you think, like, people buy guitars in an attempt to, like, upgrade them and add more parts and functions
Look, I
to the
don't know
guitar
if you know about
themselves?
this, but guitars and computers are about the same thing.
The
Buy
end game
chases,
of
and then
every
you add all
guitar
the other
anyone
ones.
ever buys is to be like Matt Bellamy's from Muse.
Yeah, he doesn't understand like how guitars work. He thinks that the more money you spend, the more features come with it. It's just like It's like I spent $4,000 on this guitar. It takes a while to grind past level 1, but once you get there, you know, it really becomes a great guitar. Like
Right.
what?
I thought of the looper when watching the new cartoon where the same 2 characters are playing guitar in the episode Sister Act to keep Brittany awake. I was literally thinking why Simon built a jetpacks in his lab, but not a looper.
Why don't you just...
Bitch, maybe he wants to play the guitar.
Maybe he wants to play the bass.
That answered nothing.
Guys, okay, before we move on, are we ready to move on?
I think so.
I think
Okay,
so.
because I got one thing to read. This is from their bio. This is after the first paragraph, the first sentence of the second paragraph. I am your go-to Renaissance. They spelled Renaissance so wrong.
Renaissance, yeah.
I'm your go-to Renaissance
Renaissance.
woman. I can do art, domestics, literature, and in quotation marks nerd.
Oh.
Okay.
Excusez-moi? What the fuck does that mean?
Well, anyway, that was a crazy story, but we have to continue on to another
Do we have
MTSU.
to?
We must.
We must see more.
Well, this
of
one does have my favorite
this.
character.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is Gabe and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds racist.
You know that
It really does.
It's the same thing as when like dumbasses misspell hamster as hamster. Why do you think there's a fucking P? It's a hamster. They're chipmunks. They're not chipmunks.
Well, maybe in this story they are chipmunks.
Well, they would be if this wasn't an MTSU. The description reads, Gabe is a shy 15-year-old Californian student and an amateur songwriter who moves from Orange County to Los Angeles. So not that far.
Rocking around the world from Cali to LA.
Oh, yeah, what? When he arrives in the city of the angels, he meets someone who will totally change his life. Set in 2015 cartoon universe. Seriously, Orange County to LA. Doesn't that overlap with Orange County?
We were rocking around the world from Cali to LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just go to this. My corner. I don't know why my corner. Hello guys, I'm back in this website with a new story about this cartoon that has signed so much of my childhood.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
I'm just gonna keep going. This
Yeah.
fan fiction is partially inspired to the first two movies of 2000s, to the 2015 animated series, and to a story written on an Italian fandom. If you want to read it, it's named La Storia del Chipmunks on EFP. But during the story, I'll change it almost totally.
Oh, okay.
Hope you like it. Wiki
Thanks,
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
So Wiki
Yes,
Gabe.
I'm sorry for my bad English, but I'm Italian. Winky face.
Well,
You're also
All right,
apparently
sure. I'll forgive you.
taking another idea but changing it completely. Just say I'm writing a story.
You don't even need
Don't
to say
say
that.
it's based on this and this and this, but actually it's not really based on them. I'm changing everything.
You know, I had some really good Italian food yesterday. I might get Italian again today.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, so let's hit me with that. You want me to read the story?
Yeah, you do it now.
Hi, fellows. My name
Hello,
is
fellow
Gabriel.
kids.
How do you do, my fellow kids? My name is Gabriel Seville, but if you prefer, you can call me Gabe or simply G.
I'd rather not call you at all.
G.
Yeah, G.
Yeah, G.
What up, G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a 17-year-old boy, and although I now live in Los Angeles, I come from Orange County. I moved to LA 2 years and 3 months ago, and when I arrived in the City of Angels, I absolutely didn't imagine how my life would be changed from that day. But let's start from the beginning.
The end.
Let's end at the beginning.
Yeah.
I love that this story is like the definition of an MTSU. Not only that, but we basically got you're probably wondering how I got here in the wild, and then we don't get to the conclusion. It's beautiful.
You'll never know
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I got here.
Yeah,
Bob, it's
you'll
not
always
that
be
we
wondering
don't
how
get
I
the
got there.
conclusion, Bob. We don't get the story in the slightest.
And you might be like, well, I guess we could probably find out if we read that Italian story, except he's changing everything. So, like, we have no
Yeah.
idea.
Cool story. Can't wait to see the
Yeah.
next chapter.
As I said, the guest is like, cool story, bro. Tell it again.
Cool story,
Yeah.
bro.
Thanks, guest. Thanks for your confidence.
All right, moving on.
All right. So let's go to number 4.
Number 4, Catch Me by Tamashi Horo.
This
Oh,
one's a little bit sexy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Tamashi Horo is known for that. We've skipped around. Tamashi Horo is like a presence in the Alvin the Chipmunks fandom. We've just skipped around, but it's time.
I'm sorry, I think you mean Tahashi Horo 101.
Yeah,
No,
Tamashi
no,
Horo
yeah.
101. Tamashi Horo and
Tamashi
Seville
Horo
fan.
Seville 101.
Yeah.
Seville 101.
All right, so the description is the Chipmunks are on the run from their abusive foster father. With Dave dead, they only have each other. Their love is strong, but is it strong enough to survive hell?
Oh, I feel like I just went through hell reading that.
Or rather, you mean the pit of eternal fire?
Yeah, well, actually,
Or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I feel
like
like
the
this
Eternal
story
Fire.
just burnt down a building with electrical fire.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1.
I stood on the lonely platform, the rain pelting hard against my body. The rain
Hot.
pelting hard against my pelt. Get it? Because I'm a
Yeah.
chipmunk. I hit my face with my red hood, trying to shut out the world around me. I felt hot tears roll down my face. I didn't want to abandon Simon and Theodore, but I felt they were better off without me.
Damn. Tears don't fall, they crash around me.
Lightning crashes, and old chipmunk dies.
So here I am,
3-year-old chipmunk.
Yeah.
pouring my heart onto these rooftops, just a ghost.
Just all of the sad, emotional songs.
Yeah.
Please come home, Alvin.
A soft voice sounded behind me, a voice I could easily recognize. Obviously, because it's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can't sigh, I replied, letting another warm tear roll down my cheek. I kept my back to him so he didn't see me crying.
This is so dramatic.
Okay.
It would be more dramatic if you ended each paragraph with a period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of with nothing. Please come home. We need you. I need you.
Simon pleaded in a choked voice.
Oh, sorry.
Please come home.
No, that's for later.
dying.
Wink.
No.
Oh no.
All of us. Not after what he did, I said, pulling down my hoodie. Turning to face him, the nasty gash from my eye to my chin now visible.
Oh man,
Oh my God,
that's edgy.
He had a cut
Yeah.
just to his chin.
Damn.
Scars now.
Just to his chin.
Guard in
Yeah.
the corner.
The pieces are coming together.
Oh my God, Alvin.
He gasped at the healing wound.
Oh, it's
Well,
healing.
it's
So
just
who
healing.
cares?
Oh yeah, all right, it's fine now.
See, I'm so used to these stories being written so poorly that I don't even have to try to inflect anything. Plus, Alvin usually always speaks in snark, so it's kind of weird to have to act
Be
sort
dramatic,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because usually Alvin is just like, "Hey, Dave, I
Hey,
won't
it's
get.
me, Alvin.
I won't
I'm
get-
just being a
Bro.
goofster.
Don't worry, I won't get into any trouble. Haha, here I am getting in trouble. Here
I'm
I
gonna
am."
pull out
But
and
I'm gonna
break
get
his
in
fucking
trouble.
switchboard.
Yeah, exactly. So let me say, that bastard did this. He hated me since the moment he adopted us after Dave's death. You see, the trick with exposition, you want to work it so smoothly into your dialogue.
Yeah.
Why did he
Yeah.
adopt you if he hates you?
Well, I mean, he just wanted to take his revenge on them.
Oh, I see.
Dad or demon? Demon.
Demon.
Yeah,
Guard in the corner.
demon.
I spat in harsh words, a lot of anger behind them. I had taken Dave's death hard, but Anthony's abuse topped the cake.
Fucking Anthony.
Yeah.
Aw.
Man, Dave's death was really hard, but you know what was really, really hard? Being abused. Of course it was really hard.
Yeah.
Why would you compare the two, author?
I
Yeah.
just really like the redundancy of I spat in harsh words, a lot of anger behind them. Like, I'm
Yeah.
glad you had to tell me your
I know,
words were
you're
angry.
angry. I
Yeah.
could tell by the words.
Yeah.
I could tell
Yeah.
by the
I like how
word.
you said as you spoke out loud in a sentence that implied a lot of anger and harshness, and then had to tell us twice more.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's show, then tell, then tell.
Then tell again.
yeah.
And then honestly, I had taken Dave's death hard, all that kind of tells again.
Tells
Well,
again.
well, you just got to make like your favorite fast food sandwich and double down.
Triple down, quadruple
Or
down.
quadrupled out.
You can't stop me from leaving, I said, turning to the approaching train.
He's
Sounds
standing
like
on
he's
the
about to
tracks.
fucking jump off.
I'm leaving this mortal coil. See ya.
You can't stop me from leaving this earth.
Fine, but you're not leaving without us.
Simon said, clutching Theodore, who was crying.
Oh, hey,
Theodore's
Theodore.
here too.
I guess I'm here now.
My
My
entire
characterization
character
is that I'm quiet and that I'm hungry.
My entire
That's
character is
fat.
that I don't exist.
I'm fat and I don't exist.
So you might point out that this story is not nearly as bad as the other ones we've read so far, but it's about to take an interesting turn here. Why? I'm nothing more than a fucking disgrace. I winced at my own harsh words, my tears flowing more freely.
The show then tell again.
Here we go.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't care if you're gay, Alvin. I love you more than a brother should. It took you leaving to make me realize my true feelings for you. I don't just love you, I'm in love with you.
And
a little sudden, don't you
Theodore
think?
just
Theodore's like,
Yeah, Theodore's like,
I feel like I'm third wheeling here. I'm gonna get out of here.
He jumped down and said some.
what the head out.
yeah,
Jumped
like,
down and said some gay shit.
yeah. Simon just is like slowly walking up to Alvin, and Theodore just bolts past him and jumps in front of the train.
You know what? I didn't think.
This seems like the kind of thing that you should really discuss in private.
I was gonna say, like jump down and say some gay shit. I didn't think I'd ever see, like, in the wild, somebody jumping down and saying some gay shit.
Yeah, some gay
Just out
incest
of
shit.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And he literally just goes, "I'm gay."
Yeah.
Jumping down and saying
I'm
some
gay for
shit.
you, my brother.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that was
More,
very
more
subtle.
layers to this than the average soap opera plot.
Yeah. I was taken aback by his bold confession, but I saw truth in his icy blue eyes.
Oh, you thought maybe he was lying to you about being your brother in love with you?
Yeah.
Alvin, I was lying. I'm actually straight as flip, and I nail pussy on the side like all the time.
Yeah. It is still my sister, but my counterpart, if you will.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then, I love you to sigh. Fucked it up, god damn it.
Come on, dude. You were so close.
Yeah, he was just like walking up, he's like, "Alright, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna type the sentence, here we go. I love you to sigh.
This time I'm gonna do the sentence. Fuck.
God damn, no backspace, gotta keep going.
No backspace challenge strikes again. They gotta stop doing that. Come on, guys.
So I said with a smile. I guess we're just forgetting about the abuse and Dave's death now. I pulled him close to me.
Yeah,
my
we're
face,
done with that, yeah.
my face were an inch away from his.
And Theodore's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally sandwiched between
If you
them.
had not mentioned him crying, we would have assumed he wasn't there for this very
he doesn't-
private moment.
he doesn't
but
need to
instead
be
he's
here.
just like,
Instead, he's just stuck between Alvin and Simon as they're standing like as close to each other as they can get.
Well, they're about to
brothers
they're
are
making
literally
out.
making out over my head, and I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I locked him in a deep kiss, my worries melting away. I groaned as Simon broke the kiss for air.
Oh, fuck! Theodore's got like fucking air canisters. Like, breathe.
Well, they have the lung capacity of chipmunks, you know.
He simply smiled at me. And then YouTube's about to tag us as advertiser non-friendly.
Oh, now they're going to. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, my apologies. Well, if it isn't Two Faggots.
Wow. Not even like if it isn't the two.
No,
he's like,
not the two.
hey,
just
look,
two.
here's some faggots, he says. He just announces.
Here's two guys. Oh, it's chipmunks.
Well, if it makes you all
they're
feel
my
better.
sons,
Oh, they're my sons, huh?
who I hate.
Didn't even. Like, who else would it be?
You followed them here, presumably. Unless it was
Not
just
even gonna
dumb luck
act
you
like
ended
it's-
up here.
The ones you're looking for. It looks like you just stumbled upon them accidentally.
Nah, Anthony goes out on gay patrol.
Gay patrol? Yeah. It's like those like
He looks for two men kissing in the train station just to call them a faggot and then goes home.
Yeah, I guess.
So I heard Anthony's harsh voice break through the revelry. I turned to see Anthony, our foster father, standing a few feet away, a half-empty bottle of whiskey in hand. That makes it sound like Alvin's holding a half-empty bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
So he's alcoholic and homophobic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just check off the "this is a bad person" icon.
List, yeah.
Shortcuts, yeah.
Yeah, shortcuts to making your character a bad guy.
All right, here we go. Just throw some like fucking Disturbed under this. Back the fuck off. I warned him, growling dangerously.
Little chipmunk growl.
He snorted, throwing the bottle at me. It missed by an inch, but he stepped forward to take a swing at me. He
How
stopped and
big are
fell.
they? Are you
Wait.
swinging at a little tiny chipmunk?
Yeah.
No,
They never said.
Wait. He stopped and fell to the ground, convulsing. I turned to see Simon standing there with a taser held with both paws.
humanized, but they still have paws.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad I bought this.
He said with a smirk. Me too. I said, ushering Theodore onto the train.
He is here. Look at the
Yeah, Theodore's just over there like, oh, jeez. Oh.
I also like that nobody getting off the train has anything to say about this.
Yeah, there's
Nobody's
a bunch of
getting
people.
off of it.
There's a bunch of people pouring off the train, and he just walks up and it's like, "Hey, look at you faggots!" and tosses a whiskey bottle, and then
I mean, it's
Simon
it's
chases
like,
him.
Gets tased
you know what?
and
It's New
nobody
York
says
City.
shit.
Everybody just goes, "Not my problem," and just
Yeah.
walks away.
I mean, in Baltimore, it's like you keep your head down and your ears open.
Yeah.
So ushering Theodore into the train, leaving the man to convulse on the platform. I looked at the bastard one more time, flipping him the bird before stepping on the train. I felt the train jerk into motion as we took our seat. I watched the countryside slowly fly by my window. Simon leaned into me, trying to console me, but I let my mind wander. I was brought back to the harsh reality when Theodore asked me a question.
Alvin, where will we go?
He asked in a teary voice. And I'm like, well, we might go. He's like, no, not like a physical place. I mean, how will we go on living after what just happened? How can we continue?
I don't understand. Where will we go where it'll be okay that you're fucking your brother?
Well, I bought a one-way ticket. Not necessarily to anywhere, but wherever we step off, that's where we are.
Well, it's not technically illegal. Actually, it is.
Runaway train.
I mean,
never
they're chipmunks.
come back.
Do laws apply to chipmunks? I don't know.
Actually, I don't know if it's illegal or not. I don't want to find out. Please don't tell me. I don't know, Theo, but it's better than where we... It's... Oh my God. This again. We've seen this somewhere before. I love it so much. I don't know, Theo, but I know it's better than where we were.
Where we were.
Yes.
Where we were. I replied in a low but frightened tone. I knew he would find us eventually. Get some sleep, Teddy. Everything will be okay.
Me and your brother are gonna start fucking, so close
Yeah.
your eyes.
I said, gently stroking Theodore's head. I began to sing a lullaby that our mother taught us. I did this whenever Theodore couldn't sleep.
Go to sleep,
Runaway
bitch.
train.
Die, motherfucker,
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Time's
Knock, knock,
up, bitch.
open up the door and sleep.
With
Yeah.
the nonstop pop-up and counting sheep.
Tell you what, I almost want to have Connor just do like a death metal ground for this whole thing. We can throw some sick like guitar underneath.
I go hard when I'm sleeping in.
Because it's just like,
Oh, you...
go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Drink the drink. The sun will soon rise. I'll be right here. When open your eyes. Listen to my lullaby.
I'm sorry, when
Yeah.
open your eyes?
I like that. That was really good.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it would sound good. Yeah, and then you just have that Cannibal Corpse just underneath it. Yeah. So
Hell
he
yeah,
fell-
dude. That was awesome.
Yeah, he fell asleep within a few minutes, and I let him sleep peacefully. I looked over to Simon, who seemed deep in thought. They'll take us back if we are caught. We are still minors, I said, biting my lip nervously. Oh my God, I love this line!
I wouldn't be the smart brother if I hadn't problem already.
He said,
What?
he said
I
with a
thought maybe
smile.
hearing it aloud would make that sentence make sense to me, but nah.
After reading that sentence, I'm not sure I'm convinced you are the smart brother.
Yeah. If you hadn't problem already.
He's got such a high IQ that he can convey what he wants to say in
Without a
fewer
word.
words than most people.
He's ascended above proper English.
we
He
gotta
can just
fucking
say the
doc-
words that lets you know.
We
what's
have the
going on.
Dr. Manhattan of grammar over here, I see.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I believe I quote Bob when I say, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So he said with a smile.
I knew you'd eventually run, so I took the liberty to get us emancipated.
Oh my gosh.
He
Well,
just did that?
Yeah, usually they
How do you
become,
do that in secret?
usually
You
to
can't
become an
secretly
emancipated
emancipate someone?
to become an emancipated minor, you actually do have to go to court.
Yeah, like you can't emancipate someone else.
It's like Simon's there, like becoming an emancipated minor. He's like, while I'm doing this, do you mind if I throw my brothers on there?
Yeah,
you know,
you wanna
package
buy-
deal?
Yeah, sure. We'll just the same last name, right? Yeah. What's his other name? Alvin, Theodore. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
There you go. I just copied the same paperwork.
Yeah, there you go.
Same shit, right? Yeah, all right. Here you go. Your brothers are emancipated too. We don't even need proof that they exist.
Yeah, have fun.
Like it's like you could emancipate yourself by email.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
go
automated
to
the system nowadays.
emancipate.gov.
Yeah.
Type in your name. Yeah, it's a government service. You type in your
Type
name,
your name
hit
in,
emancipate, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
They'll be like, are you over the age of 18? In which case you can't use this site. But if you're under, feel free to emancipate yourself.
Yeah.
No more waiting in long lines at the courthouse to get emancipated.
Yeah.
With our new online system, you can do it in under 5 minutes.
Yeah.
When you need to renew your emancipation, just log back on and it'll take you another 5 minutes.
You need
Yeah.
to renew whether or not you're an adult.
Yeah. If you're over 18 or your name is Dame Merciless, you're already good to go. But if you're under 18,
Yeah, you might need to. Have you renewed your emancipation?
yeah, and of course, like, and of course, just for Dame Merciless, there's a little link to like the local food bank. But like,
Unfortunately, she can never seem to get it to work.
yeah.
Website's
It's Electron's like,
always
it's your
down.
superpower that you're starving, so you cannot go. Let's see. So what's that mean? I asked, probably sounding very stupid at that moment.
What's a paladin?
But not as stupid as the author, because it means that you and I are legally adults.
No, that's not what that means at all.
I mean, it means you're not required to have a guardian. Does not make you adults.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Also,
I'm ready to drink
Being
and
adults
smoke.
is not the issue between you two mashing your mouths together.
Yeah.
You're fucking
Yeah.
brothers. That's the problem.
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
no babies.
Does this guy think that
Okay.
Simon got them fake IDs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
My mouth formed a small O. Surprised that I hadn't thought of that.
Ooh.
Oh.
You are not the rootinest and tootinest chipmunks. Oh,
Reading
no.
this, my mouth forms a small O.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I smiled at Simon, giving him a gentle kiss. I turned back to the window, drifting off to sleep as I watched the countryside pass by.
the
It's
end.
just one word now.
You know, we
Guys.
call it MTSU, but I mean, I say just end it there. The end.
I mean, you could have the story there, yeah, but that's sort of not an MTSU. I don't know.
It's a
But he
drab.
did say chapter 1.
That's true. He said chapter 1. He
Yeah.
intended it.
I wasn't saying
Chapter
that
one.
it wasn't. I'm saying that you could end it there. And just call
could
it,
have ended it
just
there.
call it a fucking drabble or some shit.
And he did end it
All right.
there.
Yeah.
And
Well,
everyone
we do-
expects an update. It never comes.
Guys, we have
comes.
one more story.
All right,
And
let's hit it.
if you guys don't mind, can I read just like
Yeah.
the description and the story?
Yeah, read the whole thing.
All right. This is Alvin and the Chipmunks. Bad grade Alvin.
All right.
By Miller.Kevin.
Oh my god.
Fanfiction must have stripped out the at AOL.com.
Harry Coomness.
Yeah. One day the Chipmunks were kinda happy, except for Alvin. Alvin was scared about getting bad grades and showing it to Dave because Dave would ground him for a week. He told Simon he would not show Dave, but Simon would be a TT, tattletale, for getting 4 Fs and 1 D. That was bad grades, what meant grounded. So when Dave said hi, Alvin heartbeat was pounding like crazy, but Alvin would. That was the description.
Oh my god, what would he do?
Sorry,
Chapter
sorry, I really
1.
need the story.
This is my story.
Oh.
You know, I like that, but what is
But
the chapter
there's
two?
chapter 2 where
Oh.
the chapter 2 is called Alvin's Bad Grade Day. So I'm assuming he got it right on the second one. Oh, no. Oh, it says
This is my story.
And because
Oh.
it's Alvin the fucking Chipmunks, 9 reviews.
9 reviews.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, Miller.Kevin, he didn't know how to write, at all, but also on fanfiction.net. And so he decided to just write it on the fucking description.
Oh my
reviews.
god.
Why not?
I'll just read from the top, I guess. So one day, Alvin and the Chipmunks came home with good grades, except for Alvin. Alvin had 5 Fs and very bad grades. So when he got home, Alvin lied to Dave and said, "We didn't get our grades today." But Dave called the school and said, "Yeah, grades are out." And Simon said that to so
Dave
Alvin.
said that.
Alvin was grounded for a month, and for a month he learned that grades are important, and Alvin was so sad and mad that for the whole month he had to sit there with no video games and no music, just sitting there. But there was a concert
sit
coming,
there
and he
for a
said,
month?
"Please, Dave, let me have this one." But he let him do one concert playing like his favorite rock star, Jimi Hendrix. He would do his last concert, and he played great. And Simon did a solo song, "Purple Haze" from Jimi Hendrix. So after a while, Alvin got better grades, and the next report card he got all A's and was never grounded again from the grades. The end.
You had to sit there for an entire month.
You know, I remember writing a story like that when I was 4.
You know what?
Oh.
I have to quote Music Wolf here. Little kids should not be here.
You know,
You know what? He's not wrong.
just to set the tone, let me just see here. So, Purple Haze, Chipmunks.
Oh no.
There we go. Let's just there we go.
You know, we've seen authors before that doesn't realize, they can upload a chapter, so they try to
Yeah.
type it all in the description. But normally, when they hit the character limit, they upload a second story and continue. I think this is the first time I've seen an author go to the reviews to type the rest of their story.
Yeah, and also, well, maybe they were looking at the Maybe what it was is they looked at their story, right? And they saw at the bottom, typed a review for this chapter here.
Oh my god.
And saw a text box and thought, that's where I type my story.
Type your chapter here.
Yeah, and they typed their chapter. Also, they wrote another story called Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet the Wolfman. That's right, this became a 6. This is my story of the Chipmunks meeting the Wolfman, but this time a kid werewolf bites Theodore and makes him a real wolf forever. Will Alvin and Simon make Theodore better? That's the description. The story reads, this is my story.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a 6-pack of MTSU.
Yeah, and then the
Boom!
reviews.
Double!
Cracked open a 6-pack there.
Yeah. Also, on YouTube, I search Purple Haze Chipmunks, and the only Chipmunks result is Alvin the Chipmunks Techno Purple Haze Jimi Hendrix on Guitar Hero World Tour.
I also want to say...
I'm fine, thank you.
Also, I want to say that the site fucking broke for some reason for this one. Next is chapter 1, and next is also chapter 2. I don't know how that happened on my end.
Yeah.
I gotta agree with Alvin up here. Alvin come home and gets in trouble because of his grades, but Alvin. I agree.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just end it off there so I have some thinking material for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. An MTSU 6-pack in the Chipmunks section.
Alvin.
Alvin. How dare you get bad grades? How dare you destroy that switchboard? How dare you make out with your brother while you two squash the air between you?
Well, I mean, I'm not...
Well, actually.
There's a lot to unpack in that one, but yeah.
Well, there you go.
Special thanks to everyone supporting us on Patreon. It really helps out. If you want to contribute, but just do it as a one-time donation, you can send it our way on PayPal. If you have any requests or just want to share your thoughts on the video, you can leave that in the comments or on our public Discord. Everything's linked below. Have a good day, and thanks for watching.